Princess Beach. Hey!
June!
Shut up, Specmore can't be here right now, but has handed us the keys to the castle.
Yeah.
Like when Wiggum gets it. The key to the city.
Ralph
Wiggum.
Ralph? Yeah?
It's like one of my favorite episodes of anything
Get
ever.
off the stage, Ralph Sweeney, come on.
It's
go
so
to the
Ralph,
toy
wait.
store. I remember that.
I don't remember Ralph Wiggum getting the keys to the city.
And him and Bart go and like explore the
Yeah.
city.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they go into like the toy store and like jump on the
Trampoline.
trampoline.
Oh, because it's like a literal key?
Yeah.
What season is this from?
Way
Older,
back
older.
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Better
I would have a
seasons.
memory
Yeah.
of this. If it
I
was-
remember this.
One of my favorites.
I forgot you're like
ever.
10 years old. Hi everyone, this is the Q&A, which is for everyone in a certain tier and up.
$20?
$20 and up tiers get to be asking questions.
Sounds right.
We have 17 today.
Ooh.
Woo woo.
Android 17.
Android 17.
117. 117.
117.
Dude, I got to a thing and I freed this guy and he was like, 117 in the flesh. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I like that game.
I love their banter.
Yeah, it's cute. And then they just die immediately.
Yeah.
There's fucking corpses.
I always look at their corpses on the
Get
ground
back
and
to
feel
base.
bad.
I'm
I
like,
usually take a knee.
I should have like.
Get back to base!
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to just be like, go. I can
Yeah.
do this.
$20 here, I was right.
$20, yeah.
17, $20 here.
17.
Yeah.
20, yeah. All right. First off, of course, Alexander Zirinov. Hello, allies. A seasonal question.
Ooh.
What is the coldest weather you've experienced, and how was it? I might have this one. In the region where I was born, negative 35 degrees in winter was unusual but not unheard of,
Jeez.
and having to wear more than 10 kilograms of clothing, that's like 700,000 pounds for those of you
Right,
who don't know.
right.
To stay warm on such days was tiring. Where I've come from is colder than that.
Yeah, got below zero at Yellowstone. I know I've been below zero
poor
before,
thing.
but specifically Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right.
I don't
Glad
think I've
answered
been in that
question.
cold weather. Like the coldest I've been to was like Utah in the winter, and that was about it.
Nice.
Honestly, San Francisco is the coldest place of all time. And
False.
All time.
No, dude, that
It's
Hemingway
not.
quote: "The coldest place on earth is San
It's the
Francisco
sum-
in the
it's the
summer."
summer I spent in San
yes,
Francisco, yeah.
actually, it is way colder than fucking Iceland. I'm not even kidding. San Francisco is the coldest place I've ever been. I lived there for years. There's nothing colder than San Francisco when the wind comes and it blasts you.
Try going to
Nothing colder.
Chicago.
Cause like I've been in like snow and everything, and even Iceland. It's the wind. The wind is what gets you, and the San Francisco wind is like no other.
Wait, are
Okay,
you being serious?
Chicago-
I'm being 100%
We need to
serious.
send-
Chicago's
the
like
coldest
that, but
place
with
on
We
the
gotta
planet?
send.
ice.
We gotta send
Coolest place
Huber
I've ever
to
been.
Antarctica in
I'm
the
sending
summer.
you
Yeah.
fucking
Are you trying to-
I went to
Chicago.
Iceland, and it's not even close to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's not the whole
Yeah,
fucking
that's
world.
the whole planet. I lived in Chicago. I lived in the Midwest
Iceland.
my entire
It's one of the
life.
coolest
Antarctica is
world.
colder
I will
though.
So
slap
we
you.
send Island.
Have you heard of
Trust
Lake
Hemingway.
Effect Snow?
Yeah, Lake Effect
Trust
Snow.
Hemingway.
And we send
How about
Huber-
this? Don't
Everyone's
trust
been
me.
You
all
also
over the
know,
world.
like, Iceland is specifically named to, like,
Chicago.
throw people
Yes.
Right. Greenland's the cold
yeah,
one.
Greenland's
Iceland's
the
the
cold
green
one.
one.
Greenland's the cold one.
Anyone goes to
I will
space.
punch you in the mouth.
If you go
Anyway,
into space,
so-
you'll win.
Growing up in the Midwest,
cold.
it would routinely be under zero, like for months at a time.
Crazy.
Oftentimes, like negative 20s, easy, negative 30s. One day, the worst day I can remember, it was negative 40, I think, and negative 60 with wind chill. And that was the only time I could remember that they canceled school because if you were outside for more than 10 minutes, your hands would just freeze.
Jesus.
Like you would just get frostbite immediately.
Dead.
Because like
You're
kids couldn't,
dead.
kids couldn't wait for school. Gently, thank you. Kids couldn't wait for the school bus. They would fucking die.
Yeah.
Like that's colder than San Francisco.
The wind
Apparently
is cold.
not.
No.
The wind is cold.
Yeah.
Like that in
Because
Chicago.
even like Colorado.
Imagine the wind coming
not
off
cold.
the thing, but it's sub-zero, Huber.
Yeah. Sounds cold.
I'm gonna Google the lowest temperature San Francisco's
No,
ever
just
had.
let him. Let this keep going.
Yeah.
I'm
I
trying,
like
I'm
this.
trying
Like
to
his
think,
advice.
because it's
This
like,
is funny. I won't forget
I've
this.
been in
Yeah,
some
you never
cold-
get snow days
Just
in
freeze.
Wisconsin, ever.
some cold spots, but like I don't think anything's been quite that
It's
extreme.
all about
like,
the temperature.
I
What?
It's not all about it.
well yeah, like
There's other factors.
climbing Pikes Peak,
You're making me so mad.
Factors.
climbing Pikes Peak and being out there for hours and it was being cold, and then when it started to snow, the first time I saw snow was when I was climbing Pikes Peak. It was like, and that was not a welcome experience. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want this right now.
Negative 60 degrees wind chill,
It's
Hubert.
really cold. It's really cold.
Like,
That was
you'll
cold
die.
San Francisco, though.
It's cold.
That's
Yeah.
colder than San Francisco. Oh.
That's right. That's
I
right.
remember
That's right,
being
Huber.
cold. Paris, I remember being cold.
You just tell me numbers, man. I'm going by feel.
I love
Uh,
it.
Going by- yeah,
Go
it
by
felt
the-
cold,
it's
It
a-
felt
guys.
like you're gonna
It's
die.
an emotion.
Oh,
I guess
God.
the
The
feeling
buildings,
emotion.
man.
That's
feeling of
Brits,
cold.
baby.
There was one a couple years ago when we went to the movies when I was in Omaha,
Dude, movie theaters are cold.
and
Colder than San
but
Francisco.
no, it was
It's
just
a
like
San
walking,
Francisco movie theater,
Yeah.
the coldest
walking
place.
out
In
of the
summer.
car through the parking lot, and like, oh, this is so cold that it feels dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
Huber.
Couldn't be outside.
Was it like Mr. Freeze
It was.
in Batman, like when he's
Yes.
watching the movie? That cold. Okay.
Like
Schwarzenegger freeze or like animated series freeze?
Like icicles dangling from
I hate
clock
when
towers.
people
Triggering
talk during the
me so
movie.
much.
Yeah.
Because you lived it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
lived
It's
it.
like, I like how Mr. Freeze's gun is like. I like that sound that it does. in the
I
animated
love
series.
that.
I had to
I love
I had to specifically make sure I rented 4-wheel drive to visit my family in Illinois and Missouri
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
it's all like iced over dirt roads and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to have a truck. right,
Whatever
pretty much.
coldest temperature Colorado, New York was, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Colorado gets there.
Well, this office is pretty cold.
Colorado's
so.
fine. I lived there for a bit with my bro.
Colorado's fine.
Whatever.
You shut up.
It's no San
It's no
Francisco.
sense. Honestly, it's not.
You
My
shut
brother,
your
my brother
whole
lived in
mouth.
both for years. It's not even close. Colorado's nothing.
Don't say Colorado.
East Coast.
Moving on.
We got the heat and the cold on the West Coast. We
The
got it all.
exclusive show, Make Huber Cold.
Yeah, I was in an ice
Is it
storm in
colder
Texas.
than San
Yep.
Francisco?
Ah!
That's a good show.
Yeah.
All right, Sage
That's a
Mode
good
Q.
show.
We're moving on. Sage Mode Q. Is San Francisco the coldest? God damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Happy holidays, allies. My question this month has to do with expectations. As you probably know, the most anticipated movie of the year for a lot of people is only days away, and that is Spider-Man No Way Home. And yeah, hours away for this psycho, seeing it 2 in the morning.
2:10 in the morning.
Oh, sorry.
That's worse, isn't it?
I'm
The
seeing it
later
tomorrow.
you get, it just gets worse.
I'm seeing it tomorrow at 2:15 in the afternoon.
You have to make breakfast plans. Like, you can't
Yeah,
not know
we already
exactly
do,
what you're
we
doing.
That
for
was a
breakfast.
We're gonna
great
IHOP that.
cold
Okay.
open.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Get out at
Um,
5 in the morning.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Spider-Man No Way Home. And as you've probably heard, the rumors. If this has a spoiler in it, I
Yeah, skip
swear
this
to
question.
God.
What?
This
I
is
don't
a
want to
Read
hear
it
this.
before you read it out
question.
loud.
I don't wanna
Give
hear
it a
this.
I
second.
don't want to get spoiled.
I don't, dude. Skip this question.
Hang on.
Here, I could read it.
Skip this question.
Here.
I don't give a shit.
Read
Yeah,
through
neither
it.
do I.
Read through it and see if there's any spoilers.
Skip this
gosh.
question.
It's like a paragraph.
If you spoil, I swear to God, in chat, we're
Yeah,
banning
I don't want
you.
any rumors or set photos.
No
or
rumors,
anything.
no spoilers.
This is
You are banned.
unnecessary.
I'm not even joking.
Summarize it.
It's just like buying a hype.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, do you guys buy into? They were saying like how they couldn't help themselves but like buying into a lot of the rumors and stuff, no matter how ridiculous they were.
Is it safe to read?
I would say so.
Okay.
I don't see
Alright,
any names
we're just
in
being
there.
safe. Okay. Now I'm not the kind of person who buys into all the hype of something. I usually like to see it and judge it and form an opinion for myself. But I have to admit, I've fallen into the trap where I believe any rumor I see now for this movie, and I think it's affecting my expectations going in.
Why would they lie?
So my question basically is, how do you guys handle expectations / hype? Specifically, I'm curious on how the allies go about reviewing a game that is highly anticipated and or hyped up. How do you guys put your blinders on and go about reviewing it with a level head? All the best, Eleanor.
This is the good thing about oversaturation, is you just forget about it.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Like you
So it just
reminded
comes
me
when it
about the
comes.
GTA trilogy like 6 days before it came
Yeah.
out. I was like, really? Oh, really?
That's a good point,
Just-
Jones.
it was pretty nice
Yeah,
because I would have been stressed about it or thinking about it.
yeah.
So
I honestly, that's how I try to live my life too, Jones, because there's so much. I try to just stay focused on what's coming next rather than fall down the hype train, waiting, hype.
yeah.
Just because there's always so much. Like, Halo just came out. You know, I'm all busy with Halo instead of thinking about Spider-Man.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my thoughts on this are kind of similar, and it's just that I've got so much stuff that I feel like I'm like always trying to catch up on and always wanting to play, that it's like I don't necessarily get that hyped up for other things because like there's stuff that I was hyped up about I still haven't gotten to yet.
Totally.
I still haven't finished. So yeah, just to get like whenever I look at Game Pass, it's like, oh crap, that's on here now.
Yeah.
Dang.
In terms of reviewing a game that I'm excited for, I'm really excited, and when I start playing it, all that kind of goes away out of my brain, and it just becomes about the game. I'm not thinking about my hype leading up to it. It's just literally me in the moment kind of thing.
Incredible value Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah. I would say when stuff would work out, when I knew a code was coming or something, and then like I would look at the next day and have nothing on that day. It would be like, please.
Oh my god, yeah.
Please let me get unpacking tomorrow, please. There was like some day where I got a code like on just the day. That was the day to work on it. Like, yes.
Dude.
I remember Far Cry 5. I had nothing that whole weekend, and I got like the code on Friday and like
Let's
exported
go.
a video Sunday night. It was just like, done.
Wait
So
for
that's
those
pretty
codes.
hype.
Waiting for codes could be brutal.
Yeah.
Waiting
to
for
play-
codes,
Because
yeah.
you know.
For
Get to play
codes.
something.
And beyond even game reviews, I feel like for me this is more about like events.
Sure.
Like, because we're talking about like rumors. 'Cause I don't like pay attention to rumors about like games usually before they come out.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever the official media is, and then stop watching trailers at a certain point. But man, like when you hear shit about like Star Fox Grand
Yeah.
Prix and everyone telling you it's true, and it doesn't show up, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sucks.
that actually has been getting bad. Like all this stuff with people talking about
Fake
Silk
rumors.
Song yesterday.
Yeah.
Silk, yeah, every
Silk
single
Song.
event,
Every
Silk Song,
time.
not there.
Yeah.
And as far as
Rumors.
Like, just wait, just let it come out when it comes out.
Like you
Yeah.
said, like people need to forget that game exists for a while.
They should,
Like,
no,
you
the
just gotta
trailer
cool
should
it.
be all those events. And Hollow, is his actual name Hollow Knight, the character?
Hollow Knight is the first
Her
game.
name's Hornet, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Like,
Or something like that.
Sure.
he
Really
should
not,
be like
yeah.
at the Game Awards, just like, you know, and then like at other events, like watching directs, like at home.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just all the things that went by without it. Seeing all these other games get announced and launched, and they should.
As far as movies
What?
go, like the MCU and everything is like the hype machine.
Yeah.
So I just love embracing that. You know, you have your low budget indie movies, your pigs that you can enjoy on that level, and then your big.
Your
Like
bigs and your
the
pigs.
hype is part of it.
Your
Your
bigs and your
bigs.
pigs.
Your bigs and your pigs,
Pigs.
your huge
Pigs.
hype machines, and then your smaller, like, low budget, no one's really talking about movies or games. So I just love that there's a balance with hype and non-hyped
Yeah.
properties, whether that's movies,
I'm
games,
just waiting
whatever.
for Elden Ring, man.
Yeah.
Everything else is just dressing.
I like to imagine somebody like writing a rumor, Damiani. Like thinking really, you know, just staring at it on a chalkboard and being like, do I have enough? Is there enough there that it's, you know, won't happen ever, but
Right.
is plausible enough?
The
But
Venn
still,
diagram
it's the
of
one, you know.
This is what internet
unsubstantiated
people
and
do.
substantiated enough.
You're explaining internet people do this. That's why they make up the rumors.
Yeah.
Just believable enough.
It's an art.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta
All right.
near
Rumors of
miss.
the 50s.
Near miss. Just
They're like, ah.
not the bullseye, but the ring outside of it.
DRD 7 of 14. Greetings, allies of 2021. Why does that make me stressed? It's like, what does he know? What do they know that we don't? What is a favorite family game night memory throughout past holidays? Example, board games, Monopoly, card games, poker, party games, taboo, etc. Eternal love and respect, DRD 7 of 14.
We still make fun of my mom for this one. We're playing Monopoly one night, and we're just like going around, you know, and it was like my mom's turn, and it had been a while, and I was like, yeah, is it my turn? Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make some moves. And no joke, she's so serious. She goes, it's not even close to your turn. It's like,
Trash
Mom,
talking.
let's go.
Mom.
In Monopoly?
Yeah, Monopoly,
That's
yeah.
so
Yeah,
funny.
Not even.
It's not even
Not even
close.
close.
We still
Your
quote
turn.
that. We still do that.
This isn't really a specific memory. It's more of a tradition, but we always make time to play Scrabble
Oh,
when I go back home for Christmas.
I think you're
And
pretty good at that game, bud.
what's that?
I think you're pretty good at Scrabble.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But no. What's best is I don't know why I
play a lot
ended
of
up
banana
buying
bread.
this thing, but when I was in high school, I bought an unabridged dictionary. It's like this high.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I'd pull that thing out when we play Scrabble.
You like go outside and put dust on it just so when you put it on the table.
That's awesome.
Intimidation.
We play a lot of bananagrams. That's fun too.
Scrabble is so intense between my mother-in-law and Amanda. Oh my goodness. My father-in-law like retired on Scrabble like 8 years ago because he won. It was like, I'm done. And she was like, no, can't play again. He's like, I'm never playing with you again. I won.
Defending champ forever.
They're
no one
so
in my
good at that.
family really cared about playing board games. I felt like we just didn't care.
Oh.
We played like sometimes, but we were never like game night or anything like that.
Oh.
Everyone's just kind of like, eh.
My family plays so many board games, it's insane.
Yeah.
That's like what we do.
Right.
What we have done, what we do. My sister has I have a big board game collection. My sister puts me to shame, I think. Like, she's got the whole closet of board games, like classic. But like, I remember I bought my dad this game called Port Royal, which is like this German like pirate ship game where you like trade with them, and it's like a press your luck mechanic. And he just fell in love with it, and so we would play it like constantly. But one time he won, like so handily, like. If you have more than 12 gold, you're at risk of getting taxed and you lose half of everything.
Shit.
He won the game with like 58 gold or something. It was like unheard of. And he had like so many points.
Nice.
And so there's a picture of him that I think we used on his memorial, like the back of the little thing that we handed out at the funeral. But like, he just looks so happy. And he's like surrounded by all these cards. And he's just like, not like smug, just like purely happy. And it was just like the beautiful. That game is so
just
nice.
happy to play.
Yeah, I love that one. Any other responses to that?
Monopoly made me cry when I was a kid.
Monopoly's a nightmare.
Monopoly's so intense.
My friends and I would play high stakes Monopoly, which we thought was better somehow, but we just added 2 other stacks of money, and it just made it way longer and worse. It was terrible. It would go for like weeks. We called it high stakes Monopoly.
I had a nice card night with my brother and his wife last time I visited.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
I wonder what DMs if they do D&D with their families. Swordfish is asking in chat. I wonder if like DMs are like, no.
Yeah,
like,
they're very controlling.
That's my hobby. Nope.
Yeah.
not doing that with
I'm
the
kind
family.
of burned
Even
out
like
on D&D
even like
because of-
spouse, children, like even you know, just.
I used to run D&D for my sister and my dad and my sister's boyfriend. That was fun.
Monopoly's released all kinds of weird versions.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that's
Star Wars
strange. Have you
Monopoly.
like gone
Okay,
into like
yeah.
a Walmart somewhere and like see like there's a Monopoly of like whatever town you're in?
I
We
got
don't
3 or
have
4.
Walmart.
Star Wars or no?
Yeah, I've
But I mean, like when you're going back.
yeah.
Lord of the Rings
Because, like,
Monopoly, I got it.
Oh,
But no, but like
Lord of the
there
Rings
was like
Risk.
literally like
Lord
a
of the Rings
monopoly
Risk,
of
yep.
like my hometown. I'm like,
do
what?
have that.
And then we went to like Omaha. There was a monopoly of like
House Verdi's
Nebraska or
Monopoly,
something.
yeah.
I was like, what?
We played Lord of the Rings Risk while watching all of the extended versions of
So
Lord of the
sick.
Rings one time
10 out of
as
10.
teens.
That's
Wow.
a 10 out of
Fantasy.
10.
Crazy.
I'm
dude.
jealous.
It was like a 14-hour
I'm
extravaganza.
actually jealous.
Yeah.
Blood. What if there was like a Parker Brothers initiative where they
You
like
can do
sent a
it.
letter to a bunch of
Yeah,
small
you can
towns
do it right
and they
now.
were like,
Right.
they're like, all you have to do
Getting
is
people
just fill
that
out this
committed,
form,
though, I
Yeah.
love.
and we'll
Yeah.
send you 50
That's a
copies
risk.
to sell to the 50 people that live in your town.
Look into the what do they call it? The Phobos Cabal or something like that. The
Phobos.
real life conspiracy where they like price set light bulbs in like the 30s. Fascinating shit.
I
Like
hear-
Phobos Cartel, maybe they
Phobos.
called it something like,
Phobos.
but it was like all the big
Assassin's Creed shit.
light bulb companies like Philips and everybody. They like got together and they're like, hey, we're too good at making light bulbs. We have to make them suck more, and we all have to
Whoa.
agree
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Look into it. It's
Right, because you have like those places where like the light bulb's been running for like 100
for like 100
something
and
years.
something years. Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna be out of business if we don't make these things suck worse. But we all have to agree to do it, and we'll fine each other if you don't do. It's so funny.
Crazy.
It's wild. But they named it like the most sinister shit ever. It's like the Phobos Cartel or something. Whatever. Hidetaka Miyazaki's chest hair. Hey, best in the biz allies.
Okay,
Thanks. I have always wondered, are there any visual novel fans in the squad excluding Ben? Sorry if there are, and I keep missing it somehow, but it seems like it's only Ben who talks about them. If so, what are some of your favorites? Thanks for all you do, and keep fucking that chicken.
Nice.
These are anime books, but there are American ones too, graphic novels.
Gotcha.
If you're not sure what we're...
Gotcha.
Well, visual novels, they mean like the interactive.
talking
Oh,
about
visual
Rambo.
novels!
Yeah, yeah.
Talking on Rambo.
Oh!
Yeah, games like that.
I was thinking
Boyfriend
about-
Dungeon is one of my favorite
Boyfriend
games of
Dungeon's good.
2021. I fucking love
I
it.
just wanted to make
Were you
fun
making
of
an
the
assumption there
anime
that was incorrect?
I love Boyfriend Dungeon.
It's
It's
true.
so
Yeah?
good.
Woo! That's cool.
I
I really love it.
Early PC games, man. Like
Yeah,
so
early
many,
PC
so many
games,
games
all
I
of them.
played were this because they could, there was not much you could be on the Apple IIe.
I've
Not
Yeah,
my favorite
it's
genre at the
weird
time,
because the line kind of blurs with adventure games. Like Phoenix Wright is sort of like on the
Yeah.
line.
Doesn't really count. It's an adventure game. Completely different.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about House and Fata Morgana.
I
haven't
don't
played
like-
that one.
Visual novels. They always bore me every time.
They're tough to keep interested.
Doki Doki bored me. I did not like it.
I played half of it and I got to the
I don't like it.
first big scary twist and it made me
Yeah.
really depressed.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Um,
Danganronpa I only got halfway through though, and I really loved what I played. I just didn't get back to it.
Virtue's Last Reward is dope.
To be fair to these games, though, I don't like games like Telltale games and shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, does
Those
Telltale
game-
count?
games like that bore me.
It's pretty close.
it's like the Americanized version of it.
Yeah.
Or not Americanized, but like
Because I love Telltale games. All of them.
Silver Case, Zero
there's,
Escape. Thanks.
like
yeah.
former devs making Telltale shit
Yeah.
style things.
Yeah, Monkey Island was more my speed, but yeah, that's.
Always
adventure.
wanted to try those
Yeah.
games. Those like PC
13
games that
Sentinels
people
kind
love.
of feels
They're
like
st-
yeah.
slow.
Yeah,
but
I
funny.
want to try those.
No, I don't like
the
Walking
Famicom
Dead.
Detective Clubs. I got
I just
those
don't
for
like
my
those
wife.
games that
Yeah, those
boring
are
to me.
fun. They're kind of janky, but they're fun.
You got to go jump through a lot of hoops to get just a joke from Monkey Island, but
Oh,
that's when
yeah.
games weren't funny. So I
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
some of those jokes. I was like, that game's still a joke.
my favorite one of those. I mean, I think I've talked about this before. My dad and I played Ray Bradbury's Martian Chronicles game, and at least the ending we got was just a fortune cookie with a joke in it, and that was the end of the game. And we were like, "What?" It's like this very serious game, and then you just get to this thing, and it's just
Gotcha.
like, "Don't worry, be happy," or something in a fortune cookie, and you're like,
Hot
"Oh,
shot.
all right."
I really don't like 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, I quit it too.
Yeah, I
Oh my
played a
God.
while.
I
of
quit
it.
it.
I didn't dislike
Not
it.
for
but
me.
I-
Oh my
I got tired
God.
of it.
Ow, quit it.
I'll quit it. Hikar W or Hikaru. Hey allies, last month you gave me great tips for every phase of a video game review.
Oh yeah, we
So
went
thank
off.
you so much for the thorough answer. I'm wrapping up my playthrough. Oh right, I remember this. Wrapping up my playthrough and beginning to work on the script now. How do you all tend to order your thoughts on the script? Oh god. Obviously every it's like a goose escaping.
Like a Wario laugh.
Yeah, I was like, ah!
SpongeBob did, or Squidward over here.
Obviously,
That's
every
great.
game is a little bit different, but are there any topics that fit well together or need to come first? Thanks again. Also, I realized I didn't say what game I'm reviewing, so let's make it a guessing game. My hint is that it's an RPG on a Nintendo console.
Shouldn't have gone.
The game isn't super old, but it's not very new either. That narrows it down to about 7,000 games.
Yeah.
Rune Factory.
The RPG
Yeah.
machine. Come
Uh,
on.
love and respect, Matt Kieran, a.k.a. Hikar W or Hikar.
Let me know what the game is, as short as you can. You know, you don't. I remember I told you Huber once. Huber loved to do the old history lesson right at the beginning of the review, like this franchise.
Yeah, I really
first started
Oh
in
yeah, I
I just
tried to
like
get rid of that.
2004.
Yeah.
I
You
just
still
like it.
kind of do that.
Yeah.
I've reduced it a little bit, but I still try to give the
Well,
context.
You're
yeah.
telling a story, and so
Yeah.
a lot of times, like with franchises, you want to be like, here's what's going on. It's been a
Yeah.
while
Mhm.
since
Yeah,
this franchise
definitely.
came back, or here's what the series
that
is known
sometimes.
for. Here's where we're at.
Yeah.
You shout out to Ben. He's good at like writing that stuff. He's good at
Yeah. Yeah,
first,
just a little bit.
sentences.
Just
you
a
know,
little
are-
bit.
are
Just
well
a little bit.
Just a
considered.
little context.
Ben's just okay at reviews. Yeah.
I don't know about ordering
So
your
good.
thoughts, but ordering the scripts from years of cutting these guys. The common thread seems to be like, you do an intro, you know, general intro, like brief catch up on the story and like what the game is, and then you talk specifics, and then you do, you know, the sum up.
Yep.
It's just like writing an essay, like.
And like for something like Halo Infinite, obviously Ben was like campaign, flunk,
Right,
multiplayer,
right,
flunk.
Right.
Yeah, you
So
divide
like,
it up like
by
that.
the time he was done with single player and got into multiplayer, like you're done with single player. Don't be,
Right.
if you're in the middle of multiplayer and
Don't
you're like,
go
oh, another
back.
thing about single player, it's like
Yeah.
you have concluded that
Yeah, if
subject.
you were like you're talking about gameplay or something like that, you don't put, I guess, like music right in the middle of two gameplay things.
Yeah.
Try to keep everything divided as best you can.
Move forward. I think that the old Game Trailers organization of like story, graphics, whatever,
Oh
like,
yeah,
all the things like
graphics.
still
Graphics.
slightly holds over. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely there's definitely a little bit of that structure that stays in there.
remember that?
But yeah, because I think we still tend to talk about like the graphics and music kind of towards the
Toward
end.
the end, yeah.
Um,
At,
I
at
think
the
the-
70% end of Act 2, you talk about
I think the
that.
main reason for that is Sorry, but
You've
because
laid
you're
the
watching
groundwork.
it, you're watching all the footage,
Right.
and so it's like I'm gonna get to the things you don't know first, and then like before I wrap everything up, it deserves to be said. The music you've heard is rad, which you know because you've heard it. The graphics are cool. I think something like, not Bravely Default, but what was the Octopath Traveler would be like. I could see the second or even the first paragraph being like, we gotta talk about how crazy this game looks. Like that's
Right.
kind of everything. Like yeah, the story's good, music's good, but here's what's really exceptional about this, and the thing that we should probably get into before anything else.
Or like
But where you can, that's
in
what's fun about.
Just Dance 2021,
reviews.
there's
Do
like a
order.
thing that they literally did stop motion animation for. It took them 7 months.
Whoa.
It's like a panda bear on a surfboard.
Do you think they're just like bored? Like, let's do something.
I don't know. Sophia was watching
Stimulate
behind the scenes
of
yesterday and was
creativity.
like, "This is literally stop motion." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, I found the note that I sent Huber back last month. I think this
Last
was
month.
for Forza. And I said, because Huber will often, when he's working on a script, he'll like give me like
Word count?
daily or update
I
or
love
hourly
updating blood
updates on word counts.
I love updating blood. Keep him in the loop.
And then this is what I sent
Unsolicited
him
updates.
while I was working
Blood loves those.
on Forza. I was like, I think it's funny how you'll often send me your word counts as a sign of how far you into a script, because I look at my script right now, and sure, it's 1,000 words or whatever, but it's like a couple random words about stuff I'll start with after the intro, which is not written at all, a half paragraph on showcases, a list of some other things, a couple broken sentences on various topics, another list, a massive block of open world text, 2 full-on paragraphs about difficulty, a list of multiplayer modes, a sort of paragraph on course creation, and something that might be half a conclusion. And that's sort of like, I sort of start by, like, okay, either from my head or from my notes, just sort of like starting to list things, but as I'm listing things, I'm like, we'll just start going off on a couple of sentences, and like sometimes that will just get completely polished while everything else is just in shambles.
Yeah.
Before I've even finished listing it all out.
The review
I
process
still
is
would love
weird.
to read that, what he just described, and you cut it.
Yeah.
You know, so you're just listing things. It's like a little layer, and then it's like a bad conclusion. And
Yeah,
then, like,
yeah, it's like half of it. Well, and that's another thing. I don't know if you're doing video, Matt, but like, don't rename. Like, do add descriptions to the file names of your video clips, but don't ditch the organization of the. Keep your clips in order.
1,
It's
2,
well, especially
3.
for a campaign.
Yeah.
Something where there is progression.
Because if you're editing a video,
Because you'll remember, like,
Mhm.
if you make a comment where you're like near the end of the game, it's like I can just.
sometimes
I don't have to-
over the course of over the years, people just like they change a clip and they just label it like good combat, and you're like, okay, but you don't know if it's from the beginning of the capture, the end of the capture. Like, you want to know where things go in order.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, I
much.
do numbers. I do 3-digit numbers on my.
Yeah.
I also, a lot of times I'll go back and
But some games have like 20 clips. So you're like,
Yeah.
whatever.
name my clips
It's just easier.
with language that I use in the script.
Yes. Very big.
Same thing with shot logs, yeah.
Really nice to just be able to search or look for, like, if they're like the frame rate dips oftentimes, and then
Frame
like,
rate dip.
if a clip is called frame rate dip, you're like, thank you God, because like
Yes.
when you're watching something through like at 3
Yeah,
times
yeah.
speed, you're not going to be able to see frame rate dips.
Oh yeah, never use the word final in any file name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Final V12 final really final.
Yeah, what's the artificial theme songs called? Final Bossman or something? Or like what is
Final
it?
Boston track? I think.
Final Bossman track?
I think there are 2 finals in it.
Final.
Oh, final. Yeah. Any other thoughts on that?
Whatever it's called, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy V6.
Yeah, I mean sometimes
Final Fantasy,
it really
Final.
does depend on the game or genre, because you just want to find those things that go together, like sometimes one topic will just transition right into the next thing and it works really well.
My mom loved that bit when I was a kid. She's like, it's not that final if this is the 7th one.
Yeah. Fantastical
Uh-huh.
finale, Final Fantasy. Oh, that one for
Duodecim.
PS Vita.
Tev says, hey guys and gal, hope you are all keeping safe in the holidays. Lockdown is almost among us again in England. Soon it seems, with the rise of the new variant. Yep. With that being said, I was wondering what master villain would you like to see return to bring life to a franchise that might have gotten a little stale? For me, with all the controversy around Blizzard and the decline in quality in Warcraft, I found myself playing the classic TBC at Battle Chest, I imagine, And
No,
I'm...
Burning Crusade.
Oh.
Because they had the battle chest, remember?
Yeah, that was Warcraft 3.
Yeah. And I'm really excited for Wrath of the Lich King Classic.
Okay.
I think the Lich King, if brought back to modern WoW, could revitalize it.
With Lich Kings and WoW.
I understand reasons to hate Blizzard. Hell, I even agree with them. But what villain would save a franchise for you? Love and respect from my cozy living room in Darley Abbey, UK.
I'll just address it. Lich King's been in WoW for a while.
But
It's a
like,
title.
it'd be great if
You do not want Arthas back. I'm just gonna say that. You don't want Arthas back. Don't do it. Not in this day and age. They won't do Arthas justice. Leave him dead.
I want somebody just to Ragnarok.
Don't
Azeroth.
fuck with him.
Just destroy.
Too much, at least.
Just destroy all of it.
But I mean, in general,
Yeah.
in anything, what villains would come back? Mads Mikkelsen, just in everything.
Yeah.
Do you want Albert Wesker back, Mike?
Yeah, of course. But if he stayed dead, I'd be fine with it because his ending is so cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
True.
You know, dies in a volcano.
Yeah,
Shit's
yeah,
tight.
yeah. Fair.
Hard to think of villains that like go away.
Yeah.
Right, they seem to keep coming back.
Wart.
I mean, there's really only one villain that we need answers for, and that's the G-Man.
Hannibal
Well,
Lecter, dude. I want to see
kinda came
Hannibal
back.
come back.
Warrior.
Hasn't really gone away.
Bring back Bowser.
Not really
Yeah,
even
true.
sure he's a villain.
Bring up Bowser.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Depends on
G-Man.
your
He's probably a
perspective.
good guy, yeah.
I love a good villain resurrection.
Bowser's a villain.
I love
Totally.
like the CG trailer for Diablo 4. I was like, I have no idea what's going on, but this is sweet.
Yeah.
What if
Uh-oh.
Palpatine came back?
Oh,
Wouldn't
God.
that be cool?
She's
Yeah,
back.
Palpatine.
Wouldn't that be
Dark Side of the
World
Force.
Rejector? Well done.
Whoa, boy.
It's kind of a hard question.
Yeah.
Hubert,
Mike Tyson.
since I haven't played the last 3 Assassin's Creeds to completion, and so I haven't seen anything that looks like a through line, is
Yeah.
the Animus does the Animus exist?
Dude,
Yes.
the new crossover missions that just came out are so freaking good and awesome. That's all I gotta say about that.
The Animus does exist, Blood.
The Animus
Okay.
fully exists. Fully exists.
It's so weird because like I have played
Wow.
hours of those games.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the Animus.
Not enough
Blood,
to
I've
tell.
played like almost
Animus
all of
is
them, and I
real.
don't know what the hell's going on.
The Animus is alive and kicking.
They are dragging their feet.
Yeah. Love a good Vil.
Yeah.
Next one, Varun Kachwaha. When Hellblade originally came out, I remember there being a discussion about how it was so great that an indie dev could make a game like this. There was hope that other independent developers could achieve something akin to this, having a high-budget game without the backing of a publisher.
Playing the games.
Here's an article, headline from 2017. How Ninja Theory proved independent AAA has a future. So we come to today, and I see threads talking about how costs of game development have gone up, and that to have any a reasonable budget, studios need a publisher. And Hellblade, the very game that sparked these talks, has now joined the club. It prided itself for being different for. Is the change of Hellblade from this indie darling to a Microsoft-backed AAA game in an apt comparison of today's gaming environment? Has Hellblade lost a certain charm by making this change? I think if your money people are hands-off enough, it doesn't make a difference.
Correct.
Yeah, there's lots of different
I
ways you could be run.
I don't think
By a
Microsoft giving them money is going to affect the
Yeah.
quality of that game.
Probably won't make it worse.
Because in
unless they're-
fact, the things I didn't like about it were probably because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Like the game, like I didn't like the gameplay in that game, and I think they'll probably be better now because they got more backing and everything.
Where you get into trouble is where it's like if the studio's giving you copious notes and they're like bad.
Yeah,
notes.
yeah.
There is something different about having resources and not having resources.
Of course there is.
Well, because
So,
what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like,
But when you think about Hellblade, I don't think people are. They're talking about like the story and the presentation a lot of ways like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily going to ruin the vision of the game. Now they have more money.
yeah, from what we've seen, it looks.
But what we've
great.
seen, yeah, who knows? It's hard to say till it's out.
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine. I was trying to think of examples of little guys getting acquired and then like everything they make is sold as trash after that. I can't think of anything right now, offhand.
Yeah, because Ninja Theory has made like some pretty big ass games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have.
Yeah,
For sure.
Plague Tale's an interesting one. It's
Plague
very
Tale,
similar,
yeah.
I think.
Didn't they get acquired? Who makes that?
Asobo. I don't know if anyone's acquired them.
I feel like everyone's
Focus
been
publishes
acquired.
it, right?
Focus Publishing,
it,
yeah. And then they worked on Flight Sim too, right? Which is crazy.
Asbo did? Asobo?
Yeah,
However you
Asobo
say it?
Studio, yeah.
Oh yeah, Asbo's a Pruders. I got confused.
And then Rare was acquired by Microsoft, and everybody left, and they were basically purchased a logo. Well, that's not. There's a few things going on there. Rare was getting weird before Microsoft bought them.
Yeah.
Which is why they were for sale. And then, yeah, there's still some old timers there as well. And Sea of Thieves is doing good.
Now, yeah, that's doing really good now.
Like Sea of Thieves. Any other thoughts on that one?
I guess the other one that is kind of coming to mind is Remedy, who've like they just kind of navigate a bunch of individual deals and some of the
really
stuff,
interesting.
Some of the stuff is kind of on their own, but still through publishers. So
that's what Microsoft seems like they're hands off enough that it is chill. Who's to say?
For now, yeah.
For now, yeah. Mike Hook 1. Hey allies, every year I pick a game that I will play to completion during the holidays. I like to grab a game that I haven't played or I have barely played that I know I can easily finish within 1 week. I dedicate all of my gaming time to this one game. It's a nice way for me to knock a game off of my baglog, but I think it meant to say backlog. This year I will be playing Astral Chain, a game that I really think I will enjoy but just haven't yet. Do you all have a ritual like this at any point of the year? And if you do, what games do you currently have in your backlog that you would like to get through?
50.
Yeah, just GOTYs.
Yeah,
100.
just a lot.
Thematically, I think Halloween is the only thing that
Same.
like I line stuff up just
Yeah, I
for
don't think I have. Like,
just for that time of
holiday
year.
tradition.
Fortnite has become an annual tradition for me now with the holidays. I love Winterfest, so I'll play Fortnite every Christmas for the foreseeable future for sure. It's just so cozy.
It snows GTA. It's fun to drive around.
But yeah, the holidays for us are definitely like a scramble to play everything that we haven't played for GOTY yet.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
it kind of sucks.
definitely part of it. But I was very sucked in a couple of years ago with Death Stranding. I thought I was gonna like knock that out and play some other things. I was like, nope, I'm just playing Death Stranding this whole break. And then this year, the one that it was funny because there were like gaps because I was just basically was picking it up while I was traveling. So like I started Paper Mario Origami King when I was at my family, and then I didn't play it at all after I got home. And then I picked it up when I went to my wife's family. And then eventually at some point I went back to it and finished it off. But yeah, this year the first one I'm kind of probably looking to do after I finish the Gunk will be the Halo Infinite campaign.
Nice.
And I'll do Halo 5 first because I haven't played that yet. So just hop through that, then play Infinite.
Gunk.
Is that out now?
Yeah, Gunk's
came
out
out.
today.
Gunk.
It's on Game Pass.
Today.
So many
Sick.
games.
Game Pass, dude.
Yeah, I
Incredible.
played a little bit. Like I fell asleep, but then I was like, oh, I want to. I'm missing Embargo anyways, but I want to play a little bit of it, so I can say something in Embargo on Twitter or something. And so I like played it for 2 hours from like 4 to 6.
In Bogwitter. A.M.?
Yeah,
Who are you, dude?
and then I went back to bed.
Jesus. RF Switch. Greetings, allies. After many years and some gentle persuasion due to Ben and Heber's passion for the series, I have started playing through Yakuza. I am kicking myself for not playing it sooner, as a weird game series like this was practically tailor-made for me to consume. Have any of you either held off on or eventually played a well-beloved and popular game or series after several years of it being out?
Kingdom Hearts.
Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm shocked at how I'm loving Shin Megami Tensei and Halo right now.
Yakuza for me.
Yeah, I feel like I've had so many examples of these. I'm trying to think of like what comes to mind. Deus Ex. I didn't play that original game
Shit.
until shortly before Human Revolution came out.
Nice.
Forza. Forza 5 is my first Forza,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it.
Oh man, I just had another one. Oh yeah, Earthbound. I didn't ever play until
Earthbound.
Easy Allies.
Mother
Still
3
need,
win.
still need to finish Mother 3.
Never.
Yeah, never.
I'm a fair amount of the way through it, but now I have to
Sick.
get my GameCube repaired.
Oh.
What? All your
Horrible.
shit
Yeah, what the
breaks.
hell?
My
Lon?
God.
Hardware
You-
malfunctions.
You output an EM.
Yeah.
You're an EMP.
It's been a slow thing with the GameCube because it was like working intermittently, but now it's just not reading discs.
I honestly think that you're like biologically like you're like. Did you ever play Arcanum?
No.
In Arcanum, if you have a magic stat high enough and you go into one of the mechanical stores, the store owner will like freak out and start yelling at you, and he's like, "Get out! Get out! Your energy is like breaking all the machines." Like if you're magical enough in that you can't be around machines or they'll break, you're like that.
You're too magical. I've always said it.
I didn't play Final Fantasy VII until like years after it came out.
Same.
Nice.
Whoa.
So yeah, a friend of mine had
yeah.
forced me to play GoldenEye. I like went over to his house and he's like, "You've done the jungle level? You gotta play the jungle level." I was like, "All
So
right."
this
It was a
really
couple of
like
years for
finish.
me too to get to 7, even though I was really hyped
Played
for
it
it.
when it came out.
Damn, I was day one on Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it was day one, but I never
I
finished
thought
it.
you guys
till
were
way
real.
later.
I didn't know you guys were all fake fans. That's crazy.
I mean, I couldn't
Day one, I was in
afford
Anaheim.
multiple consoles at that
Yeah.
point.
Fake
I
fan.
bought
Did
my
not have a
PS1
job.
before that game.
Yeah, I had a PlayStation. That was all I had at that time. Okay. Boop.
Dude, Breath of the Wild's almost 5 years old.
Yeah,
The
baby.
Switch?
It's crazy.
It's
Still
almost
don't have a
5
name
years.
for that sequel.
Don't have a name for that new Switch.
Breath of the Wild 5.
We don't need a name.
Years old.
Project Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Project.
The reason we don't have a name for the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is because it is contingent on the name of the new Switch.
Yep.
Oh my
I
God.
agree.
Maybe it's not going to be anything to. Maybe it's just not a Breath of the Wild sequel.
Holy
You know?
shit.
Skyward Sword sequel for you, Damiani.
It's gonna be called Legend of
Oh,
Zelda
yeah,
Switch U.
the patent
Yeah, right.
revealed is not Skyward Sword.
Project Triangle Zelda. Strategy of the Wild.
Strategy of the Octopus.
Strategy. Ulf himself, which is the best looking controller? Not best to use, but most pleasing to look at. That red
Best
PlayStation
looking.
5
Oh, just on
one.
Earth?
I think the DualSense is gorgeous to look at.
This
Looking,
red
yeah.
one is really nice. The
gorgeous.
No, it's
color-
gotta be OG. You can't, because then who knows, man? There might be colors we're missing out on.
Well,
I think out of the box.
I love looking at
With the
N64
console.
controllers. They're so weird.
Which
They look
one?
awesome.
That purple
GameCube is
N64
cute
controller I
looking.
got.
Except for that Z button.
I still like using the DualShock 4 more than the DualSense. I like.
What?
Yeah.
That's
I like it.
weird, dude.
Yeah.
You're weird,
The
Huber.
DualSense
Yeah.
feels so much more solid.
Must
And
be all
the
that
haptics
cold
are
air
really
in
weird.
San Francisco.
Because, like,
You can turn them off.
there's this weird, like, if I'm shooting a gun, but the gun has, like, resistance when you let go, my mind is still like, fire, 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 but the haptics are, like, not in line with what I'm seeing on screen and, like, my thoughts on shooting. It's just a weird... They have not gotten it right.
There are haptics
It's
for
a-
sure
it's
that I
still
was
a
like,
gimmick.
ooh, swing and a miss.
It's still a
Like,
gimmick
That's not.
in my eyes.
Haptics work
That's not
better in
fun.
San Francisco, though.
When it's cold, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What if I told you Rumble is a gimmick?
All right.
No.
Well,
An effective one, though.
There
Yeah,
was-
no,
A
it
gimmick
doesn't
is
have
not
one.
necessarily a bad
Yeah,
Yeah,
gimmick.
but it's
Yeah.
ineffective.
People
It's
need
an
to really-
ineffective gimmick, though.
What, the DualSense?
No,
But I
yeah,
think
the,
no,
the
because like a
triggers.
gimmick is like something that like gets people in the door, but then it's just completely shallow, you know.
No, that's not true. A gimmick could be more than just that. A gimmick could just
But
be
I mean,
something
it,
like,
I
makes
mean, but
it
it's
stand
still
out.
it's like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like
I
it's a
had a
standout
power
thing,
glove.
and like a rumble is not a standout thing anymore. Like a like
I know.
Standard,
That's
But it
like
was.
telling stereo sound. Like
stereo.
Well,
prefer to call it
eventually
hi-fi.
haptics might not be a gimmick then. Because
Yeah,
if
it'll
it's
be
just standard
standard.
for everything.
I just think, yeah,
Returnal felt great.
I just
The
don't think it's-
rain
yeah,
and
Returnal
the
Best
haptics.
looking.
There's a rumble for the overhead trains in GTA 3. It took me like 2 hours to figure out what the heck that was. I'm like, why did the controller keep freaking out at me? Like, oh, okay. I don't know if I needed that for the train going by, but thanks, GTA 3.
I can't remember what game it was, but I was sitting next to Sophia and she was playing something on the Xbox, and I kept being like, "What the fuck is that sound?" I thought like something was like, yeah, like somewhere next door, and then I was like, "Oh, it's the controller."
It was the loudest controller on the
I
planet.
wasn't
Yeah.
feeling the vibration, so I didn't know what the
Oh,
was
yeah.
from.
but looking, I don't know. Super Nintendo's pretty good.
DualSense, it
Sega
looks gorgeous.
Saturn.
DualSense is gorgeous.
That looks
Oh.
so good.
Sega Saturn
Sega
controller.
Saturn was cool. Dreamcast looked crazy. Dude, this
No, Dreamcast is weird.
Super Nintendo is a gorgeous controller.
It's cool.
I love the
yeah.
gray and
Dreamcast is weird,
purple.
but
Like
it's
it's so
interesting.
nice.
It is cool.
N64 is like just too weird.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean,
it just
it's-
looks weird.
It's fun and weird, and GameCube also. I like GameCube.
It's just like it looks like a prototype that got through.
Yeah.
Just imagine the other
You're like, what-
controllers. Oh,
It's like it reminds me of the
N64 's
PS3
here.
Boomerang controller that actually came
Remember
out.
that, dude?
Yeah.
I forgot
Well, what's
Wait,
funny?
did they put it out ever?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh wait, the Boomerang. No,
For
I think they
PS3?
changed it. Yeah, they changed it.
yeah.
What's funny is that with the N64 controller is it's like they recognized it, like doing the because like how the PlayStation and the Xbox like the analog stick is in different places, right? So they realized that like something's got to be in the primary spot,
Right.
So it's like if the D-pad is in the primary spot, then you have good control of the D-pad. If the analog stick's in the primary spot, you have good control of the analog stick. And so with the N64, they just like, well, we've just got to make another handle
Yeah.
to make them both be
It
the
feels
primary
like
spot.
it feels like.
But
in
then you can't
movies where
access one
they-
while you're using the other.
It feels like in Fringe or whatever when you're in the B universe and it's like, what if blimps just happened here instead
Right.
of like it's just like it's just a different path that didn't take off. You
The
know,
multiverse.
Because
Yeah.
I still like anytime like you have to use
a metaverse.
the D-pad on like the Switch Pro or the Xbox controller, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
compared to the PlayStation, and I feel the same way about the PlayStation analog stick being down there.
Mm.
It's weird.
Now that I have a Series X, I'm really loving it, and I've come around to like I used to hate the Xbox controller, but now I actually quite like it.
I think the Series X controller is very attractive.
Really nice, yeah. Okay. Shaz! Merry Christmas, allies. In your opinion, what was the biggest snub of the Game Awards? Psychonauts not getting
Psychonauts.
anything is pretty crazy, I think.
Yeah, but the world ends with you not getting any of the
That was the
nomination.
big snub. No music, dude. Come
Yeah.
on.
Wildermyth snub, right, Huber?
Wilderness snub. Fist snub.
Like Cyberpunk and 12 minutes taking slots from other
Yeah.
things is like a
Weird.
reverse snub.
Weird.
It's like you shouldn't be here. Like,
Yep.
what is this? Like people just
12
too many
minutes
people
is the
have heard
weird
of
one
them.
for me
Yeah,
because
12 minutes being
Yeah,
there.
no
I-
Silent Hill is the biggest snub.
I
yeah,
didn't
for real.
see the people that were hyped on that game.
Same.
Like a
12
lot of
minutes?
these, like I've seen people that were really into the game, regardless of what you might think or your circle.
Well-
but like 12 minutes,
Bloodworth, you
I
know what
didn't
it
feel like
those-
I saw those
but you know-
defenders.
Those are some quiet votes.
Blood, you
Yeah.
know what it is? People don't finish video games as much as they used to.
Yeah.
Oh
True.
yes.
Honestly,
Yeah,
so
true.
honestly,
I
to
do think
me,
that's part of
it's
it.
like people that played 12 minutes for an hour, which
Yeah.
for the first hour, it's friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
But if you actually finish the game, it second half just drags. It's trial and error.
Mhm.
So I
That's
think
why
it
I'm
was just
finishing
like-
all the games I've been playing for GOTYs.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
finish the games.
Just legit weird plot twist. I also honestly think Game Awards, like, there's a weird cross section of like nominating parties or something. Like games that just have a lot of advertising
Mhm.
get nominated.
Yeah.
Like there's so many games that get nominated that it's like, yeah, they didn't finish it, but they're aware of it. And some people I think they have to fill out every
Yeah,
category.
yeah.
Like Nickelodeon being nominated for best fighting game is like hilarious.
Right.
That game was bad.
And Demon Slayer being best fighting game.
Yeah.
I finished that game.
It's like-
They're-
it's
they had
literally
no
just-
business. They
Right,
should have just
right.
had less nominees.
Right.
Like that game had
It's
no
literally
business
just
being there.
people thinking they have to fill out every. Like we'll leave something blank if we
Yeah.
don't have any nominees for
And
it.
they even say that in
even
instructions.
say
like,
that.
Leave it blank if
Leave
you
it
don't
blank
think
if you
you
don't
got
know.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that other people filling out their nomination forms just think they have to fill everything in, and they fill it in with things they've heard of. Like I honestly think.
I have
that-
not seen anyone talk about 12 minutes, but I actually have seen some people freak out about Nickelodeon. I saw some really positive
Really?
reviews. It was like,
Power
I
of IPs.
had played it, didn't like almost any. of
I
what
was.
played.
I mean, I don't like
Not
Smash
impressed.
style
Not
games,
impressed
so
with that
like
game,
there's
yeah.
that. But oh man, it was bad.
I thought it was really nice that Hot Wheels got represented.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
Hot Wheels
tight.
is
That
Yeah.
making it in there was
Good game.
good. Yeah.
Hot Wheels is actually good.
Hot Wheels
James,
Snub,
what?
Hot Wheels snub.
Snub, dude.
Snub.
Was it?
Silent Hill
Was it
not.
off
No,
for
it wasn't
sports?
Snub.
Was
I
it for
think it was-
sports?
You're
No, it was
nominated
nominated for
to-
sports.
And the
It was
fourth one.
nominated.
Yeah, but
Oh, it was one of the
nominated, but it
off-screen awards, so
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah,
get
yeah.
the.
Yeah,
Got
because
it.
Forza won accessibility, and they walked up for
Got it.
that, and then they're like, also won best racing game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny how they do that.
Oh,
Next year, I want Keeley to say some awards like under his breath.
Yeah.
You know? Best mobile game.
well, I think it's weird.
Anyway.
I think it's weird that.
Games for Impact, yeah.
Am I just imagining this? Help me out here, everyone. Because I feel like just a few years ago, it was the complete opposite, where everyone was like, we don't care about the awards.
Yeah.
We don't care what anyone else is like. Let's go, he's getting the announcements. And then now all of a sudden everyone's like,
I don't
we
know.
want the announcement. We want the
I
awards.
feel like people
we
have
want
been
to hear
talking
him
about this for a
talk.
long time.
I feel like
Not
It feels like all of a sudden it went the complete opposite.
for me, everyone who ever followed, it gets this always every year after year. It's just like
I hear you.
It
Too
doesn't
many
feel-
commercials and not enough people
Yeah.
from games
Yeah.
making
Yep.
presentations
Yep.
and
Yep.
talking.
And not
Those were,
yeah,
like,
not
the
enough
two
announcements.
Too many ads.
And like
Too
many ads,
Keeley,
yeah, too many ads.
someone close to Keeley needs to tell him that like we don't like big celebrity presence is not impressive to us,
Yeah.
and it's not a way to end the show.
It's headlines though. It's CNN. It's New York Times.
But is it
Like
impressive
that's
to
how
the
they
people?
notice.
Well,
what
Right.
shit-
Like
what
CNN
outlets
will write an
covered that?
article because
Right.
MCU actors are
And
there
it's
or
tough-
some
and it's
shit.
tou-
You know.
And he's got to pay for the show.
Yeah.
You know what? It's tough because one of those moments was Deborah Wilson coming out as Amanda Waller. And, like, you could hear the room was
Thank
like,
you.
what's happening right now? And it's like, well, it's what you asked for.
Yeah.
She's an actor
Yeah.
in a game
Yeah.
playing her role.
Yeah.
You've seen her in a trailer.
Right.
Applaud. And, like, nobody just said anything. I was like, all right, well.
The Suicide Squad. thing?
Yeah, people are like, what's Shang-Chi doing on stage? It's like, well, here is a actor in a video game we are all going to play next year. And you could tell the crowd was like, what? It was like, okay.
Jones, the thing
So,
that,
like,
that was
the
a
show
bad
they
bit.
want-
that was a bad
That was a
bit,
terrible
though.
bit.
so is
bit.
the Shang-Chi and all of this. You know, like, it's,
Yeah.
there's, it's,
That,
At
like,
least she's
it's
in
one
the
thing
game.
is who you book, and
Yeah.
the other thing is, like, how well they do
It's
on
cool in
stage.
the game, but like you're not helping when
Yeah.
you're doing some fucking bit where he's on his phone. He's like, I want to go home and play Halo. Fuck this shit.
Right.
It's like
Right.
cool.
Yeah, because
Like, why
I think
are you
the
here?
Suicide Squad was one of the better ones. But when I was going back and doing the timestamps, it became very clear to me. It's like, oh, the people setting up the award and the bits have more time than the people to give their acceptance speech.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's
that's
annoying.
weird.
Did you guys pump Kyle for information if he wrote any of those?
He
bad-
wouldn't say what
wouldn't
he,
really say.
what he wrote or
He was
something.
embarrassed.
They did grill him though.
He said that he didn't write the Simuliu thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that he said that the pot boy was like
Hot friend.
like the Elden Ring people and a different like creature creation thing. They
Mhm.
like had the idea or something.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
That was
Or a
cool.
Strongbeard thing.
That was
Yeah.
cool. That was cool. And Nabolius, was it? All those gift subs?
Yeah.
Like
that
I
showed
want
up.
that in the studio.
Yeah.
That pot man.
Straight up, Brad.
Yeah,
Let's
dude, I
go.
want one of those.
Pretty good
Um,
bonus.
James Davey, hi allies. First of all, I want to acknowledge just how tranquil and blissful Forza 5's menu theme music is.
Oh my god, yes.
Its heartbeats with the ceaseless passion of Mexican spirit.
It's unreal. I let that shit
Yeah, it's
echo
really
in my
nice.
house for
It is
minutes
really
at a time,
nice. It is
yeah.
really nice.
Like, I will make a point to boot up the game before I'm even ready to play.
That was a snub of the Game
Just-
Awards. They didn't play that. They just played something off of the radio.
Yeah!
Yeah,
Something
that
like
was-
that!
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Also,
good.
also, I can't wait for the hypothetical Prison of Love season 2.
Oh.
Hypothetical.
We got one.
Yeah.
As for the question, what are some of the biggest disagreements you have with each other regarding video games?
Oh,
Just
no.
wait.
Oh,
just
just
wait
about
another
video
10
games.
minutes and we'll
Okay.
get into it. You know, so why'd you...
The Last
knew why you
Guardian
tuned in.
is legit, like, fine. It's just fine.
Yeah.
But it's not
At
Game of the Year.
best. It's not Game of the Year.
No.
It's a fine game disguised as, like, the highest art ever,
Yeah.
and it's not.
The
It's just
highest art ever.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
way
deeply
it
artistic
presents
game.
itself
Art.
is like, yo, we are like so
Highest
deep
art.
and meaningful,
Yeah,
and it's just like a fine
Ghosts.
game.
Wow, Matt,
Yeah.
Matt Polius, thank
Yeah.
you again.
They know what they're doing.
That reminds me of like Disco Elysium to me. I'm just like, kind of bored, dude.
I'm on the other side of that one.
Like I'm reading 10 minutes, bro. I'm like, fucking wrap it up, Jesus.
I mean, it's literally a novel.
I know.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't like visual novel games, so.
Right. I don't know how
I've
to
seen
read.
people have this theory that like there are two versions of The Last Guardian out there. There's the broken, messy one, and then there's the one that's
We
perfect.
all got different
And we
codes.
got different codes.
I
like
like
Vince.
Vince.
I think I
He
went-
played a different game than
I think I
I
went to a
that.
book club one time and somebody did get another version of the book that had like 2 more chapters. And they were like, I like this scene. And we were all like, what are you talking about?
the hell?
Like, and they like pulled it out. Like, what? We were like, what page by page? Like,
What?
just different editions. I think
That
it was
was
the Dark
like-
Tower. I think it was.
That's
Oh,
I think it
crazy.
was Dark Tower
Dark
1.
Tower.
There was like some Stephen King edition that had a
Whoa.
bunch of weird stuff.
What a
for
trip.
That's like elementary school when I kept trying to explain to people that the octopus scene in Goonies and like no one
Yeah,
believed
yeah,
me.
Oh, yeah.
No one believed me.
the auto guns and all those cutscenes from Aliens.
Aliens.
We
Aliens?
got rocket launchers.
Yeah. The turrets.
Real 2.
Yeah.
All gone. Bloodborne's generic. There's a lot of deep cuts here. You know,
Yo, what? What? You can't just fucking toss that out.
No one at EZA doesn't like Bloodborne. Everyone
No
likes
one
Bloodborne.
doesn't like Bloodborne.
I am critical of Bloodborne. There,
Well, I'm critical of it.
there are moments
I
where
love
the
it.
Bloodborne.
I'm critical
the
as
water,
fuck on that game, though,
the
Johnson.
water
I love
levels like are okay. Let's just.
It's the best game
I
ever
don't-
made.
Yo,
You're
just
right.
wait for that PS5 patch.
I don't like
Like-
blood vials.
I'll talk shit on that game.
That's the main thing
many
that
times.
bugs me
It's
in
so
Bloodborne. I'd much rather have Estus.
Oh, and Half-Life Alyx made me sick, so
Ah.
I didn't really like it that much because I was just like motion sickness. Yeah, that was a
Oh
big
Such a
one.
wuss,
my
you.
God.
But it didn't like that one didn't like bother me that it was GOTY, you know. Because I was like, I appreciate it. I think it's really good.
It's a
but
good-
it just
Well,
made me, like,
I mean, that was the
sick.
thing with. I mean, that's why we moved when we do the awards, is because of this weird divide that happened where it's like, okay, some of us had played Last Guardian and others
Yeah.
were just like listening to all the great things we had to say, but you hadn't had time to play it yet
When I played it
because
on
it came out in December,
I
right?
played it on a base PS4, and the rest of you played it on PS4
No,
Pro.
I don't even own a Pro.
Yeah, but
I
I
played
played
it
it
on
on a
base
normal
PS4.
I
one.
never owned it. Well, then what the fuck?
Yeah,
Blake?
maybe the
That game
Maybe
is a
the Pro
broken
version was
nightmare.
worse.
We had a different voting structure.
You had a
back then.
different. That's true.
Broken
So-
nightmare.
I
Maybe
blame
the Pro
myself.
is like a
We used
bad.
rollover voting. It was like Hall of Greats back then for that one only, which
Yeah.
means that everyone's like third choice wins.
Oh,
Yeah, it was botched voting.
It was
we
botched.
learned
It was
later.
bo-
yeah,
it was, like, straight up botched.
It was not our real GOTY.
Like,
it
the
was
voting-
botched.
it
We didn't
literally
vote
was
later.
no
We knew
one's-
that's how it was doing it
It was
when we
literally
voted
no
for
one's
it.
first
It was
choice.
too late. It was too late.
I blame myself. I think I
Yeah.
suggested that voting style too.
Yeah.
Backfired on
You did
me.
this to yourself.
When I
Well,
realized
thanks
it was too late.
Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah, it reminds me of Hearthstone when that one GOTY at Game Trailers. I was
I will
fucking
fight.
pissed.
I will fight that. I will die on that hill gladly.
Tropical Freeze came out that year.
That you like it?
Hearthstone's better than Tropical
Still
Freeze.
going.
No
Still going.
way. Tropical
When
Freeze
Tropical Freeze
remains.
came out, we weren't like figuring out platformers. We weren't like somebody's got to get this platformer thing figured out, you know. Whereas like Hearthstone was like, here's the best
yeah.
card game ever made. Done.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Magic the
oh.
Gathering existed.
Had you played Magic the Gathering on iPad? Is the
Well,
most boring, dull,
online it was
slow.
bad,
That's
but-
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
oh, in
so
digital
so
form,
Blizzard
oh.
coming in and being like,
Accessibility,
nailed it. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, who yeah,
And
I
for
played
all
it every
skill
day.
levels.
So what? It's like, well, you played it every day, then
And it's so
that's the
complex.
game of the year.
Like Magic can be
Free.
pretty.
We all
pretty
played. Bobby
alienating.
Burns was incredible at
I think
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone was pretty
Hearthstone was the only
alienating.
competitive game I ever played with the producer at Game Trailers ever. And
Yeah.
because he had it, and we were both
Sick.
playing it. You know, it was
Sick.
like, it was a zeitgeist that
You're
existed
freaking out the dog.
for
next
every
door.
day of launch to the end of that year. That zeitgeist did not stop that year.
Ben did spend $500,000.
They
Bobby
did,
definitely
yeah.
got into very specific
It's
games
true.
and just like
I love
stuck to him.
Bobby.
It's
Good
great.
music, good. Yeah.
I was leaning off screen. Sorry.
I miss you, Bobby.
Beautiful game.
Bobby.
Rare Bird Games.
Bobby.
In 2020, you played our game Sinfeld Chronicles and helped us kickstart the full experience.
Yay!
We just released a playtest demo for Sinfeld Remastered
How do you play
on
this?
Steam and wanted to thank you guys for everything. If you ever get a chance, check it out. Much love, Rare Bird Games. And then there's a link to Sinfeld Remastered.
What did we do? Like, I know I
You
played
and-
it,
you
but I
and
didn't.
Kyle.
Bossman
You and
played it.
Kyle.
But I
You
didn't
played it on
set that up.
Dreams.
I think Bossman
He found it,
colluded
I
with
think,
them ahead of time.
Colluded.
Because the
Collusion.
version I played, I left Jerry's apartment and went down the hallway, and it was like, oh man, this is scary. I don't know. I gotta get out of here. I wish Brandon Jones from EZA was here right now. He's
I
a pretty
remember
cool
that,
guy. And I was
yeah.
like, what?
What?
I had like,
Yeah.
and Kyle was like, well, that was
Yeah.
strange.
What
And it's like, how did
trip.
he know I was gonna play that?
Yeah.
Like, someone
Collusion.
Bossman, like,
I
what?
think
I
there
didn't do
was
anything.
collusion.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're in chat, and they said he didn't
Nice.
collude. I added that seconds before.
I don't know how you
I
do
was
that.
That's
exact
awesome.
before.
My hair stood up on my head. I was like, it was
Wow.
crazy.
Wait, like wow.
It was literally Samara coming out of the television. I was like, what
What
just
a
happened?
trip.
It was Forza like, hello Daniel, like
Wait, Rare Bird, like while
was
they were
creepy.
streaming it, you added it?
before we streamed that day because
Or
he
right
knew we were
before.
Yeah, we
doing.
would have
Oh, that's
announced
cool.
that we
What
streamed
a
it. Yeah.
trip.
can
But it was
update the
such a
game in
roll of
seconds.
it
Welcome
was such
to
a
my
roll of the
trick.
dice
That's
if we
awesome.
were gonna be in
Yo,
it.
Jones,
Yeah.
I'm worried about that studio,
While they were
man.
streaming?
And it wasn't at the beginning. It was like a good 30 minutes into the level. I like finally made it out of the hallway. I was like, Jerry's hallway. We've never seen this
Yeah.
before. I was like, oh.
As soon
As
he
soon as
booted
you
it
booted
up.
he added it.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
Is
That is
there a native PS5 version of Dreams?
Oh, because I'm loading other. Yeah.
It's loading in
Because
as
it's
you go.
multiple rooms. So all you had to do was
That's
update that one part, and then when I
crazy.
loaded it up, that's so fun.
Dude,
I'm-
play
I'm
Sinfeld
worried about that
Remastered,
studio.
dude. What
Dreams?
studio?
Media Molecule.
Oh, yeah.
They worked on Dreams for like 6 years,
Yeah.
and no one gave a shit.
Yeah. It's very cool, but very complicated.
Also, shout out to Seinfeld, which Amanda just started rewatching.
They just put out a big update. It was supposed to
shows
make
all
some of
the
that
time,
stuff
yeah.
easier.
I
though.
like.
I wish Kyle colluded. Yeah, we all do.
She just popped through an episode the other day, and I was walking Sophie through the kitchen, and I was just like, "All right, cool, Seinfeld episode." By the time I got to the door, I was like crying a little bit. I was like, "All right, time to take Sophie on a walk." But God, he's like, he's like, the check comes in a little book. What is it? Is this the story of the meal? You know, he's like, it's like once upon a time there were people that like were hungry. It's a good joke.
That's some good non-comedy. I love it.
I love it.
That's amazing. I love that you could just update that while you. That's so
That was
cool.
yeah.
That is cool.
That was
Yeah.
a highlight.
Dreams is
Sinfeld,
cool.
Sinfeld, not Seinfeld. Sinfeld.
Sinfeld.
Check it out. Oh, there's a
Really? Yeah,
link
there's a
in
link,
the
yeah.
chat.
Boom.
Yeah.
Like
Check that out.
one of the best horror games I've played in the last 3 years. Like really,
Wow.
very disturbing. I recommend.
I
must
need to
play.
try it.
A must play. I
We
love
should
that
do.
one.
We should do an easy update, Huber.
Yeah, or stream or something.
I wish Kyle would collude with me.
Yeah.
Brad and I saw Seinfeld live, and it was like one of the best memories of my entire life.
Oh.
Nice.
Ben and I drove to Mountain View and saw Tom Waits live. And
Wow.
it was crazy. And then we drank
screw
bourbon
you, Argonaut.
watching
Thanks for
X
picking that up.
Files in
That's
the
so
in the
jealous.
How was the
hotel.
vibe? That seems weird. That whole vibe.
Yeah, it was just weird. I bought
Twin
the tickets
Peaks
before
vibe,
knowing
honestly.
where we were going. Yeah. I bought the tickets and then I was like, I should probably look where this concert is. Hello, Easy. Oh, this is from Mikhail Agnell. Hello, Easy Allies. What gaming news do you think we'll get for Final Fantasy's 35th anniversary next year? Love and respect.
Pixel remaster, all 6 games on console.
That'd be good.
That's
Yo,
about it.
Jones, you see those new Final Fantasy 6 pixel remaster screenshots?
No.
Yo, turn that TV on. I want to see his live.
Yeah.
reaction.
Oh, okay. Yo, turn that TV
Hit
on.
the remote. It's right
Not
there.
9 remake. No.
All
No.
I want to see,
I
all
wanna
I
see
want,
Jones'
you know
reaction to
this.
this.
All I ever want,
All I want for Christmas.
all I ever
Dun-dun,
want
dun-dun,
is Final
dun-dun.
Fantasy Tactics on a.
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Just
on,
tell me
on
what-
anything.
What is
It's
it?
gonna be the
Tactics for Christmas.
debut PlayStation Pass game.
Vagrant Story.
Oh, dude.
PlayStation
Favorite
Pass.
story?
And Tactics, both. I want an
Yeah.
evil. I want
Boom.
Evil Lease Alliance
Yeah.
rebirth.
You see
Vagrant
it?
Story.
Tactics.
It's really
Advanced-
tiny. It's really tiny on our screen.
We can see it.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Okay.
What is this?
This is 6.
Final Fantasy 6.
Oh yeah.
The
that's
So
pixel-
a
like the normal.
Can chat-
Oh, the
Can
picture
chat-
remaster.
See,
Can
it's
chat
like
see what-
It's like
2.5
3D.
D.
Can
Yeah, it
chat
looks
see
like
what we're
Octopath.
showing?
Yeah, look at that.
Can chat see what you're showing?
What a trip.
That's kind of the same. Yeah, I
I
guess
don't
in the
think so.
distance. Yeah.
Show chat what you're showing us.
I don't like them, it.
It's the
We've
yeah.
been doing this for years.
This is old
Cool.
news.
Just those two.
It's been around since this morning.
So wait,
Yeah, yeah.
did they do extra work on this
I guess
one
they-
compared to
looks
the
like
others?
They did, yeah.
Kind of looks like
six
it.
They put a little bit more effort in this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, you should.
Yeah.
Wonder why they didn't put that effort into 4.
You should have done that for 4 and 6. I haven't played 5, so I can't say.
There you
Are you referencing Shakespeare in chat? What are you
go.
talking
All right, you can turn it off.
I've got good characters.
about?
And the main character's name is Butts.
But
I thought it was Bart's.
It's yeah.
Biatz.
Do.
Robert Lee. Hello, allies. What are your most memorable moments? Wait, did we answer that previous question? Oh yeah. Final Fantasy X. Robert Lee. Hello, allies. What are your most memorable moments from past GOTY discussions from Easy Allies or game trailers? The best and worst moments. Can you recall any moments where someone would die on a hill for a game winning or being nominated for a category? Please share all and don't leave out any details.
Oh my god.
That would take hours. Hope you all enjoy your much-deserved time off, Robert Lee.
I would say one of your biggest victories, Huber, was I came at you with Alien Isolation for most disappointing back at game trailers, and you were not
I would
having
not
it. That
have
was
it.
fun. You squashed me. You were stronger than I was. I lost that arm wrestling match.
I was not there for GTA 5 and Last of Us, but I assume
I wasn't there for most of it. Yeah, that ship sailed before I even came in the room.
Yeah.
I just remember I've heard this phrase many times from Ryan Stevens, the empty calories. Is it from that?
Yes.
Empty
Yeah,
calories.
that's what he
Charles.
was referring to.
Great, but I do remember the VV doll.
Wait, Ryan Stevens says GTA 5 is empty calories?
Yeah.
Shit, that's harsh.
Because I compared it. Because Last of Us had a multiplayer mode too, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but you know,
Sick
GTA Online's right. GTA Online is also very sick multiplayer.
Yeah.
But and he was like, yeah, but I'm not. He's like, nobody in this room's really interested in GTA Online. I was like,
One year we tried having a VV doll that if you're holding it, you could talk.
it worked that one year, and then we
It
just never
worked that
brought it
one
back.
I was
year.
like
we
the
we did
first
try
year.
another year, I think. But yeah, the
Yeah,
first
it
year
fell
we did
apart.
one.
2015
Year
was
two?
intense.
Yeah.
Not getting Xenoblade Chronicles soundtrack to win soundtrack for
Mm.
whatever year that was, 2012.
You can watch the last 3 or 4 years of our entire deliberations in
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
It's a chaotic, sweaty nightmare that lasts like 7 hours.
I think
Every
I
year.
played a song and forget who. Someone said sounds like a generic JRPG rock, and I was like offended.
That's why we killed the song, because it's all based on taste.
That's funny.
My favorite memory is refusing to vote for Bloodborne or The Witcher 3.
That's what I remember.
Well, yeah,
That
I
pisses
do
me
remember
off
that.
so much.
Legit my favorite. I refuse.
But it came down to you.
It did come down
No,
to you.
because
refuse.
We had
this
to
is
make
a
you
mis-
vote.
No, it
No,
did come.
I
It
feel
came down to you. It was tied.
I don't remember.
And you abstained, and
Because
we were all
Blood-
screaming at you.
Blood was
GTA Online
Witcher.
did come out later, but it came out the same
Blood
year.
was Witcher. I think Jones was Witcher. Matt Blair was Witcher.
Yeah.
Me and Isla were like Bloodborne, and I think Ben was Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And then Damiani was one.
I
It
don't
was
think
split.
Damiani was.
It was split down the middle. I
I don't
think
know if Damiani
Damiani
was
might have
there.
been gone.
I feel like I didn't have to vote.
Yeah.
No,
and
you
I
were
refused.
the deciding vote, I think.
But you
You've
do.
tried to
You
abstain
do say
every
I
year.
don't. I'm not voting a lot.
You've tried to
Yeah.
abstain.
I refuse comes out quite a bit here.
It's a
man.
very
for
frequent
sure.
thing.
We're always
Yeah,
just like,
he was like, nope.
we're always
Like
like
back
it's
to
not
back.
allowed. You
Like
have
you'll
to
say
vote.
it, and at a really emotional high, and we feel it. You know, we're like, yeah, it's tough. And then we like move on to the next one, and we're like, okay. And you're like, I'm not doing this one either. You're like, by the way.
Yeah, that wasn't online.
You're
We
not
didn't do it
allowed to
online.
not vote.
Yeah, none of that stuff was. We didn't do
Yeah.
deliberations back then.
Yeah, that was.
That was like in the mail room,
We
dude.
didn't
we didn't film those. Yeah,
Our last office.
that's an
dude.
easy allies. thing.
Bloodborne Witcher,
To
dude.
film
It's
them.
a fun one.
It was intense.
So
That
fun.
was.
They're
that
both
was-
just so different.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened.
that
That's
was
what
a
happened when it came
shit
down to like
fight,
Breath of the
dude.
Wild and Persona 5.
Yeah, GTA Last of Us. Same
I
thing.
was
They're
the
just
one
so
that
different.
time where I couldn't really
Yeah, that was
decide
tough.
what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think I won P5.
All right, getting there. 2 to go.
True to go.
Detenchi. Hey allies. Hi allies. Oh my god. When your doors are locked, is the locking mechanism in a vertical position or a horizontal position? What are you gonna rob us?
Depends. Yeah.
I don't know.
The
we
lock
have
in my
just
home is
keys
like
for all
this.
these
Usually it's like
doors.
slanted.
Yeah,
it's
mine is
kind of-
slanted.
Oh,
at
mine's
home.
straight up.
Yeah,
Vertical
slanted or
or
straight
Need
up.
locking
have-
mechanism
Nothing's horizontal.
On the
man.
vehicle doors. That's what I
Locking
thought.
mechanisms.
Yeah.
We have a deadbolt at Sophia's, so that just tilts. At home, Omar has we have this mechanical thing that like locks itself.
Whoa.
We have a lot of gadgets, you know. Omar,
Yeah,
at our house.
That
Yeah.
screen bit. The screen trailer.
Literally everything.
I don't
is
understand the
on.
purpose
The
of
new
this
screen
question, so I'm
trailer.
not
She's like
answering.
trying to lock the doors
Yeah,
with
What are you after, Detenchi? I seriously feels like you're trying to like.
Yeah.
I
Not a
imagine,
good
I
idea.
imagine like horror writers
You're trying
at
to
like
case us.
at like a sharper image, you know, like or like at,
Yeah.
or like looking
Radio
at some
show.
catalog and they see some like alarm clock or something. They're like, oh, that's a good.
You must
Somebody
pass
could die
3
when that breaks.
trials
Let me just write that
before you
down.
get to my lock. And
Yeah. That tells the manufacturers of your lock
Yeah.
and the year they were.
Got some
in.
numeric locks, and that can just spin. You know, there's no like,
Yeah.
it catches when you type the right code in.
We've all got cameras everywhere. Detenchi, don't try it. Okay,
I
Mo
have a
Grant.
dog.
I have the high ground. Don't try it.
My dog will go right for your kneecaps.
It's over.
The way he says "Don't try it" is
try
you
it.
feel it. You
It's
feel
over.
it.
Anakin, I have
Underestimate
the
my
high ground.
power. Gets his legs cut off immediately.
Just a little baby scream.
You know what line got me? Shout out because I wasn't here when you were playing it. You know what line got me? Matrix Awakens when he's like, I miss this version of us.
Yeah.
Me too. So it's
Dude.
like, aw. I guess
Good call.
weird ass scene in that car, but that was a good
Totally.
moment. I miss this version of us.
I'm sorry.
Last one, longest one. Mo Grant. Is Mo Grant the name of that girl from? was it Guts?
Mo Green is in The Godfather.
Yeah.
No, who's the girl from Guts?
Yeah.
Or, you know, the girl that they would cut to, the woman.
Mo.
Mo.
I don't know her last name though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mo.
You had a crush on Mo.
oh, I had a big crush
Great
on
name.
Mo. Well, anyway, Mo Grant. Hey allies, is there any?
Yeah, dude. Sorry, it's chat. Sorry.
Okay, their sister and I were arguing about if it should be vertical or horizontal. Okay, so Detenchi's not trying to rob us. It's just it's random.
I don't think it has
It
to be
doesn't
one or
matter.
the
Right.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
the way it-
matter. It's all
it
the
locks.
same shit. If the door's locked, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's probably not the answer you
But
want.
stay away.
I
Let's
triple
go,
check my
Mo.
locks every night. I watch too many true crime shows.
You do.
I like it
Check
so
out-
many times.
Check out the song "Check the Locks" by
Yeah.
Clipping. It's a good song.
Check your locks.
He run the motherfucking city. Yeah, they know, but he checked
My
the
wife
lock
will do
every
that
time
with
we walk by
the
door.
oven. And like, when
It's
did you
impossible
even
to get
use
through a
the
sentence
oven?
with this guy.
So many
lyrical
so many
sentence.
creepy moments like that. Just like, yo, why is this on?
Mo Grant,
I
hey
didn't do it.
allies, is there any gameplay mechanic or feature you wished all games of a certain style or genre would adopt? For me, it's the ability to either sleep or wait in order to skip time when playing open world games.
Yeah.
While playing the Iki Island DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, I realized how much it bugged me not being able to sleep/skip time to avoid, say, talking to a farmer working in his field in the middle of the night. Multiple times I've even
Shout out to for caring about those details. That's awesome.
Multiple times I've even put my controller down waiting for the sun to set before going full ninja stealth mode on an enemy camp. It's even more annoying when you realize that Jin has sleeping animations with his horse that only triggers randomly after missions.
Love that.
I'm not even asking for full day and night cycles for all of the NPCs in every open world game, just the ability for me to either sleep or just stand in place and wait, Skyrim style, would be enough for me. So, are there any gameplay mechanics, minor or major, that any of you would also wish were more prevalent within a certain genre? Love and respect.
Spider-Man kind of solved that. It was creator's intent. And anything you were doing in Spider-Man was always the time of day they wanted it to be. But it was still open world and it still progressed, and so they kind of tried to do both.
I've definitely had that exact problem though, where it's like, come to this shop at 9 p.m.
GTA does that all the
And it's
time,
just like you
and
have to
5 solved
wait.
it, where
Yeah.
they just you literally the sun will move, and then it's like, okay, it's 8 o'clock now, and you're like, cool, I'll start the mission. Whereas like I would have loved that in the definitive edition
Yeah.
trilogy. That would have been great. Saved me a lot of time.
Like I was playing that game. I did an easy update on that Book of Travels game, which is like a cool game in theory, but like I ran into a big old problem because I was waiting for this ferry boat, and nowhere in game did it tell me what
Right.
time the ferry boat came.
Oh.
And I didn't know at first going in, because it was pre-launch, that the game worked in real time, and I'd accidentally logged into European servers.
Whoa.
So it was just fucking nighttime the whole time I played the game. And I was getting so irritated. I was just like, when's this stupid ferry come?
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
I want
The
every
game launches, and you're like, well, it's night.
I want every single game ever to have like character bios in the menus. I love that shit. and like story recaps. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll like come back into a game like, what have I been doing? Who is
Or
this person?
Oh, yeah.
games
Like-
that have like the log of all the dialogue that's been spoken.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
that's
nice.
Because one of my
Yep.
one of my pet peeves, and this is even happening in the Guardians of the Galaxy, is
Good bios in that though. I like that.
is that I will be in the middle of dialogue, but I will walk the wrong way or 2 steps forward and get interrupted by some other dialogue.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
And it happens to me all the time
Yep.
in like a Borderlands games, especially.
Gosh.
And Guardians has the same issue because people are just always talking.
Yeah.
So you're like, when is it safe for me to move?
Right.
When
GTA
can I do this?
Are you
GTA yesterday,
done?
as soon as I got out of the chopper, it like triggered more. Because he was like telling us the plan.
Right.
And I got
Yeah.
out of the chopper, and then it was like, okay, you're in. And I was
I
like,
like-
what?
I think sometimes with
story
GTA, they'll
stuff,
start talking,
man.
then I get to the destination, they're still talking, and
What,
it's like,
Damiani?
Said hate when
When
there's
you
like
time
crucial
this-
like story dialogue
like the
happening when you're in
quickest-
the middle of a battle or something.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Because you can't like
Yeah.
focus.
Dude,
like,
Dude,
what?
I picked
Ace
up one of
Combat.
those audio
Ace
logs.
Combat is terrible.
Oh my
about
god,
that.
one at a time!
I picked up an audio log in Halo like 2 nights ago, and the
Oh, yeah.
character, it was like the most
No idea.
intense shootout, and this guy was
And
just
the
like,
sound goes away?
the sound goes away, and it's just this guy slowly
Yeah, yeah.
talking about death. Yeah, and it's just like, dude, what is happening? There's chaos everywhere.
Dude, yesterday I moved my TV from my house to Sophia's because I haven't been to my house in so
Oh
long. But like, I leaned on the Google TV remote accidentally, and if you hit the home button on that, it'll switch to that source.
Yeah.
Mid cutscene, new character I just met, talking, explaining like history stuff in Halo.
no.
All of a sudden it switches to the Google thing, and I noticed that I leaned on the remote, and I was like, oh shit! And I was like trying to change back to the thing, and then
Who
I
is
come back, and it's like the character's just like by a door waiting for me to follow them, and I'm like, what did I miss? I don't know what you just told me. It was crazy.
Put a
Very
parry
true.
mechanic in every game.
yeah.
Think about like this is a dialogue game. Someone's talking to you, parry them, dude. Just
Yeah.
interrupt them. Boom!
Yep.
Shut up.
Boom! Free button mapping is a great one. I mean,
Life is
accessibility
Strange Before
and
the Storm.
everything.
Yeah,
Basically,
Perry.
did that. Yeah.
parry that conversation.
Yep.
Accessibility and everything, though, yes, like great, for real, true.
Yeah.
Button mapping and everything. Halo, the hit right and then hit another D-pad button
For the
to
grenades,
change.
yeah, it
No,
was
well,
tricky.
for the grenades or
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
I like, they were smart to put the grapple on right.
On right,
So it's like
yeah.
double. So
But it's
always
like-
just like, ta-ta.
So many times I've tried to grapple someone mid-combat and like thrown the sensor at them,
Yeah,
or the,
yeah.
the thing, and I'm just
Dude.
like, well, shit, now I'm
PC
gonna
was
die.
easy.
Neither
It was
snub.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I know.
Neither
I'm like on
numpads.
PC, it's got to be numpad, but
Superior
on a
platform.
controller, it's just like, okay, right and then down is the
Yeah.
like.
Oh, I haven't got the campaign yet, so yeah, in
There are
multiplayer you can
4
only have
PC
2. So
There are different equips, yeah, and you have to go poop
F5.
poop or whatever.
F5.
Quick save.
yeah, so something like that. That's a
Oh,
that's
I
a
should've-
situation
I was on
where
Xbox though. Do you
where I
have a
would
share button
use
on Oh.
where I would be using both. Like I'd be playing with a controller, but I would just
Oh.
like tap the keyboard if I needed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
that?
extreme.
When I would be playing Elite
Hybrid.
Dangerous, I was like that. I'm like
That's a little too much for me.
HOTAS in a VR thing, but like landing gear is still like 3 or whatever. You know?
Yeah, because I think when I was playing Witcher on PC, I was doing that a lot. Like I would just like rather than go through the menus, I just hit the M for the map button.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
So,
Q&A, baby. Thank
That's
you.
it for the year!
That's it for the year!
Shout out to Ben for organizing all that. Who cannot be here today, but we will be
We'll,
back in January. We'll be back in 2022.
They're gonna stream
it's
next week. I think.
over 2 hours
Well, with
for
the
me to
Q&A,
get
I mean.
home, so I'm
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
streaming Winterfest right after this.
Oh,
Stay
good
tuned
idea.
for
Yeah,
that.
you should.
Who's on the podcast?
Me
We're gonna record.
and Ben.
We actually
I
have
think.
to.
I mean, Ben ain't
Maybe,
here.
but Ben's not
I'm
going
not
to
waiting
be,
for his
so-
ass. I
It's
gotta edit shit.
3 of us, then maybe.
Maybe.
Or Huber.
What's that?
Or Huber's
Or
on-
you're
Huber's
not
on the
doing
podcast.
Winterfest.
Yeah.
Huber's on the
My man.
podcast.
Well, you got plenty of time to do it still if you want.
Winter's over.
Well, actually, never mind. You're never getting a chat. So
Winter comes to San Francisco.
Never.
It's always there.
It's there right
It's
now.
always
Wait, no,
cold
it's
in
over. It's not
Minnesota.
wintertime.
It's
It's
always
It's
cold.
coldest in the
San
summer,
Francisco.
apparently.
Patreon.com/EZA if you would like to support us. And it's the holidays. What a wonderful time. to
You know
do
when
that,
you hear
to
the,
help us
like...
produce another whole year
Let
of
him
gaming
finish.
content. I'm asking for money right now.
Jones, you know when it's like 20 degrees, feels like
No.
-10.
Huber,
Feels
I'm gonna
like
shut you
the
down right now.
temperature's on everything. It's the
Huber,
feels
Huber.
like.
Feels like negative
No.
60.
Feels
No, 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 no.
like.
Feels like negative 60.
You asked for this. You asked for this. I kept my mouth shut, but you've asked for this. I shot a movie.
I didn't ask for this.
I learned that Hemingway quote because I shot a movie in San Francisco down by the ruins. There's like one place by the beach in one of the
Yeah.
area where there's
Yeah.
it used to be a bathhouse.
Under the bridge.
Right, it used to be a bathhouse, and it's now like been destroyed. And
Yeah.
so we turned it into like we used it to look like ruins.
What was the month?
And I was wearing.
What month is this?
It was in like July. It was like July, August. We were shooting the whole
Okay,
time.
okay.
It was freezing the whole time we were there. I was wearing a loincloth on the beach for 2 straight days. I could not do that in Chicago.
You would die.
There's no way I could do that on the
Chicago's so
beach
warm when I
in
went.
Chicago, Illinois.
You went to Stones.
No
you
way.
stupid bastard.
I was
Cut the
on that
stream.
beach wearing
Cut it.
next to
Warmest
nothing.
place
in the
in the
time you said.
United
Ah!
States is.
I love it,
Cut it.
Damiani's like,
Chicago.
oh, we went offline 5 minutes ago.